folks, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Downhill Smooth Tarmac, the home of budget cycling, all-round adventure, all put together by people like me who should be old enough to know better. You join me today in the workshop, but not for a specific workshop episode. The plan for today is to talk you through some of the things I've got coming up for the next few months as we roll into 2024. That's right, Downhill Smooth Tarmac is nearly 1 year old. We are going to be taking a look back at some of the bikes that I've built so far and some of the adventures we've been on, but I want to look forwards in this episode. So join me as I tinker through a few bikes and get them ready for some of the adventures I've got coming up for you guys to come along with in 2024. It's going to be a big year. Okay, so first up is going to be the 650B converted Diamondback gravel bike, mountain bike conversion, to give it its short name. This thing has been a bike that has fascinated all of you. Well, 12,000 of you, if you look at the views. And I've gone another step further with it by adding 2.1 inch Gravel Kings for some super duper winter grip. I don't want to get the carbon gravel bike out for the winter. It costs me too much money in bearings and bottom brackets and whatnot. I'm going to ride stuff like this and the GT, which I know you all love that and all. That's going to be coming up with its new tyres. But this one, we're going to be taking it out, 2.1 inch tyres. They do clear. I'm going to see how it goes. I've also made some aesthetic changes to the geometry with a proper quill stem, Chinelli bars, kind of just finessed everything a little bit, just to show that this is still being ridden. Equally, might also have another go at the old Riv mod, put some bottle bosses and extra bits and bobs in it, just to stop it looking less like a giant garden gate. So that's one of the projects for 2024. Next project up is going to be this filthy beast that you see here. This is my Bafang mid-drive converted on one inbred. You might have seen a video early in the year. It wasn't my most popular, but I decided, for those of you that like to add a little voltage to your shenanigans, to bring this bike into my channel. I've done over 3,000 miles on this as a commuter bike, grocery getter, go around and find things bike, and just generally for having a bit of fun with. One thing I'd never done was take it around a trail centre. So this kit originally was on my Specialized Camber full suspension bike. I took it to Sherwood Pines and I'll put a link up here to the video. I blew the shock, gave it a terribly hard time and killed the frame. Here it is in its latest guise on my On129er inbred. At the minute, it's got slick tyres on it and it's got the wrong chainring. So what we're going to do, it's going to click into a quick time lapse. Going to make it knobbly and ready to hit the trails. And we'll probably take the rack off as well if we get time. But let's have a time lapse and let's... So after that brief time lapse, that's the On1 ready for some trail action. Check that out. Do you know what? For a mid-drive conversion that I did, I reckon it looks pretty good. I've got the hub gears at the back, so it's winterproof. I have left the rack on, just purely because I've got some errands to run, so I'll be needing that. But, as I say, link back to that. Have a look at the old video where it's on the camber, where it all went a bit pear-shaped. I've always wanted to know what the big deal is about taking an e-bike around a trail centre, and I've yet to find out, other than the fact that it takes the edge out of the hills, whether this big heavy heft still adds the fun and the certain spice to trail riding. So that's another project. What's next? Okay. Next up, single speed gravel riding. Got plenty more of that planned. And finally, if I get time, a review of the Charge Plug single speed bike that I picked up for a bargain 250 quid. in 2023, and the upgrades that it's had, including a set of wheels that now Dave has made for this. You might have seen the video, I'll link here, video where I made a set. They're down there. They're still going strong, but Dave felt inspired to build these with a mixture of silver and black spokes and all that kind of wonderful stuff. So going to be messing about with ratios, getting it dirty, giving it a review, and trying to convince you all that if you are actually on a budget, single speeding could really be for you. If you haven't got the money to keep changing chains, changing cassettes, all that other stuff, single gear riding is functional and it's fun. Oh yeah, and just check these kind of things out. There's going to be more of this and all. Quality little custom stem spacers made by Dave and Jack at Pickering. And I know what you're thinking, after all of that, surely there can't be more. Well, technically there is. The Turbo Vado is making a comeback onto the channel. It hasn't been used for commuter duties because, in all honesty, I've had to change of job. So my commute's now going to be quite a lot longer. We're working up to that. But the long way home could be making a comeback. More importantly, I'm going to be experimenting on this bike with some semi-hydraulics. That's right. Got myself a set of cable actuated hydro brakes. Some A-cores going on here. Going to give them a try as well. See what these are like. Another little technical episode for that coming up very shortly. We're going to see if they are any good. Yeah, managed to get hold of a couple of sets of these, so why not? On top of that, we're going to be building Chops her own 26er retro gravel bike out of a cool ass GT that I can't get to at the minute to bring it into camera, but it is going to be so cool, and she's going to be making it for herself. As well as that, we've got a Marin we're going to be building. We've got some bike packing adventures coming up with some new kit that we're going to be trying out. We're also hoping to get a tandem out. So there's loads going to be happening in 2024 for Downhill Smooth Tarmac. And this is just a little taster of some of the bikes that you're going to see appearing and some of the stuff that I'm planning on doing. And with that, I'm going to thank you all for your support in 2023. Here's to an awesome 2024 of cycling and other adventures. Oh, running. Yes, I've been ill, but the run vlogs are finally coming. All 65 people that viewed that video, thank you to 63 or 65 of you. I'm going to do a run vlog on that as well. First one coming up. Anyway, loads coming for 2024. Going to sign off and say, I hope your next ride is downhill with smooth tarmac. Keep your wheels spinning, keep your rubber on the road, nobody's on the trail. Be safe out there. Look out for each other. Remember the nod, cyclist to cyclist. We've all got this. We're in it together on two wheels. If you get a minute, would it be absolutely amazing if you would like and subscribe to Downhill Smooth Tarmac. But don't let that get in the way of you riding your bike. Until next time, thanks for watching. I've biked myself in, I can't get out.